Hello, I'm Gino. Welcome to Dazzle TV. It's 6:07 a.m. here in Numancia, Aklan in the Philippines. And I'm going on my morning walk. It rained again here in our small town of Numancia, Aklan. It's nice when I start my morning walk and it's still a little bit cooler because here it gets hot really fast. Once the sun is up, it doesn't take very long for it to get hot here in the Philippines. Usually by 8 a.m., if you're outside, you're gonna be sweating. This house right here really turned out nice. The gate, they did a good job on building this gate. This morning, my topic is finding contentment in life. Today's world is about having more. Having a big house, having a nice car, having expensive toys, being better than others, and having more titles. In order to be viewed as successful by many, you have to have more. Today's world, the more you have, the happier you will be. But as we all know, it is oftentimes not true. There is a saying, more money, more problems. The more material things you have, the more stress you have maintaining or keeping it. When I served in the United States military for 20 years, it was always the pursuit of the next rank in the military. Pursuit of awards, pursuit to be recognized. When I was in the military, if you weren't pursuing the next rank, people viewed you as not a go-getter. In the military, we had to do so many things outside of our work in order for us to get promoted. This often created problems in the duty section because many supervisors were spending too much time away from their work. I looked up the definition of contentment. It said contentment is a state of happiness and satisfaction. An example would be he found contentment in living a simple life in the country. I often get asked why I always smile and seemed happy all the time. My answer every time is I am content with my life. I am no longer in the pursuit of anything material. I am no longer in pursuit of money. I am content with what I have. We are not all the same. I can't tell you how to feel content with your life. Each person have to figure out contentment for themselves. You have to figure out what you want in this life. Maybe sit down and write the things that make you happy. List down your best memories of your life. For me, I knew my happy place has always been around the beach. Beach activities, swimming, snorkeling, skateboarding in Long Beach, California, and riding my bicycle. These were the best memories of my life. That's why I selected Boracay Island as my soft landing in the Philippines. I always had fun on my few trips to Boracay. Always told myself if ever I get a chance to live in Boracay that I would do it. For me, I think my contentment began when I retired in the Philippines in 2011. I was no longer working, so I was no longer pursuing a better job, a pay raise, more money, and more material things. For me, when I retired in the Philippines, it was not my goal to build a retirement home. I knew I had to budget in retirement in the Philippines because I was retiring on my military pension alone. I was perfectly happy when I moved to my studio apartment in Boracay for $200 a month rent in 2011. It was furnished with a double bed, a small bamboo sofa, a dorm type refrigerator, and a one-burner stove and a small toaster. I was never more happier than in that small studio apartment in Boracay than the big houses or nice condos that I lived in before in the United States. And I think the reason for me was I no longer had a schedule. I had total freedom to do and pursue anything that I wanted. I no longer had a boss that gives me work and tells me what to do. At the time, I did not have a partner that I had to worry about. I never felt so free in my life. I also didn't have all the material things that I had in the United States. When I moved to Boracay, I had one suitcase and one backpack. I no longer had a car. I no longer had all the bills. Car payment, car insurance, cell phone bill, cable TV bill, NFL League Pass bill because I was obsessed with American football, and gym membership bill. My rent in Boracay was $200 a month at the time. My electricity was around $40 a month because I only had a small studio apartment. My water bill was around $10 a month. My internet at that time was around $20 a month. And my cell phone bill was about $5 a month because in the Philippines, you don't need a plan for your cell phone. All you need is a load, and $5, which is about 300 pesos, is plenty of load for texting here in the Philippines. It was a very simple life for me in Boracay. I would eat my lunch at a local carinderia on the beach at Station 3 in Ango called, good morning po, good morning po. The carinderia was called Micaela at the time. Each meal cost me around $2. It would consist of meat, vegetables, and rice, all cooked that morning, while I sit on the white sand beach and look at the ocean. Those moments were the time I realized that living a simple life was the best. I realized all the material things that I had before, I didn't really need. The only major purchase that I made in Boracay was my $300 local mountain bike. It was used, that I bought from a person I met in Boracay, which I probably overpaid. Because when I was in Tucson, Arizona, I spent over $1,000 on each of my bicycles. I had a mountain bike and I had a road bike. That mountain bike that I bought in Boracay was my only transportation in the Philippines for the next 3 years. till I bought a used car in Calibo in 2014. Being content helped me a lot during the challenge I faced last year when I got diagnosed with head and neck cancer, stage 2, in February of 2023. I was shocked, of course, when I got diagnosed with cancer because I've never been sick in my life. I was always healthy and I exercised a lot and eat well. My main concern when I got diagnosed with cancer was Dazzle, because I knew Dazzle's world revolved around me. Dazzle has never loved anybody in her life like the way she loved me. I knew for myself that I could handle anything that cancer threw at me. But what really helped me when I was diagnosed with cancer was I was content with my life. I have lived the life that I wanted for the last 12 years in the Philippines before I got diagnosed with cancer. I know many people don't get that chance in their life to be able to live their dream life. I was just grateful for the time that I have spent here in the Philippines. I think that is one of the most important thing as far as being content in our life is be grateful. Be grateful for each day that you wake up. I am so grateful now each time I wake up and I can see the beautiful sunrise. I do not take any day for granted. One thing that I do each day is take time to be thankful for things in my life. I actually think in my head, like my morning walk. I'm grateful for my morning walk. I think when Dazzle wakes up, first thing I do is give Dazzle a big hug. And then when Leanna wakes up, she always puts a smile on my face. I find the simple things in life, like my morning coffee. When I wake up in the morning and I have my cup of coffee while I'm waiting for the sunrise, it just sets the tone for me on how my day is gonna go. I make a habit of being around happy and positive people in my life. I always start my day now answering email and messages from our YouTube subscribers, and I actually enjoy it when I talk to a subscriber and we share our stories. I get as much from our subscribers than when they tell me that they get from my videos. I find a lot of happiness now in a lot of simple things. Like Dazzle and I, we go on a weekly date day. I really enjoy that. We also go to the plaza with Leanna in the afternoons where they would get street food. And even getting the simple foods here in the Philippines, like taho in the morning, and getting a halo-halo for merienda in the afternoon. The simple things brings me a lot of joy. Thank you for your continued support of our channel. Dazzle, Leanna, and I, we truly appreciate your support. Take care, everyone.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you in our next video.